Greetings! On this week's Money Mantra, I will be going over the best tips along with the most sensational apps to help you build your personal brand right after this. Greetings, 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 greetings. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, it is Monday morning, so that means it is indeed Monday Mantra. This week's mantra is all about not just the best apps on personal branding. Good morning, everybody, people joining in. Hello! Today's mantra is, well, I feel that like they're all really important, but hey, that's just me. But the subject today is one that is incredibly close to my heart, which is personal branding, right? Well, good morning, Pay. Good morning, Dave from London. Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Zos. Crystal Lee. And I can't see as far. I think that says Dag over there, and I think it says Greg. Anyway, I'm not going to read any more names. I'm going to get right into it because Monday Mantra is all about me giving tips and techniques and strategies to help you kind of build your business, whether you be in real estate or whether you be an entrepreneur. I like to try and give it all away. So today's topic is personal branding. And what I want to do is I kind of want to go through the basics of what exactly personal branding is. I want to go over some of kind of like the rudiments, and then I'm going to get into the apps, and I'm going to attempt to show you some of the apps live on camera through my iPad. I debated this over the weekend. I'm like, good morning, Connie. I debated this over the weekend of should I be attempting to show apps on a live stream? And you know what? I don't care. I'm going to do it. I want to show you. I want to give you the information. I'm going to put the links below to the apps after I finish the mantra. So here we go. Let me start by, I want to give you a whole gang load of tips, which I'm going to bang through so I can get to the apps, what's up, Jesse, which will hopefully help you build your business and most importantly, build your personal brand. You know where I stand on this. The real estate industry in particular has fractured. It fractured probably 2 years ago. And it now is basically people who have everything done for them with their brand, and then those of us who actually have our own brand that is within a company. My feeling, and only time will tell if I'm correct, is that personal branding will mean that we increase our business because technology, well, anyway, I don't need to go down that rabbit hole. So let me start by giving you probably about 10 tips that I would suggest you write down to help you. Good morning, Jim Traz, 82. I would suggest that you write some of these down. I'll try and post them after the mantra as well. So number one is you gotta build your digital footprint, right? There are a lot of people who are watching this that are like thinking about doing Instagram and maybe not thinking about doing Instagram or Facebook, but thinking about how can they use it in a more professional business-like way, right? So the truth of the matter is you gotta dive in. You've got to start building your digital footprint so you can track your data to see what works and what doesn't work. I'm not gonna get any deeper than that. You need to start putting shit out. You gotta get it out there. And if you don't, it's never gonna work. Number two is understanding yourself. Who are you as a digital identity? I spoke about digital identity, I think, last week. But knowing who you are is really important, right? My feeling is this: do not pander to the masses. If you're trying to appeal to everyone, that's the Walmart kind of mentality, which in my opinion, when we're entrepreneurs, just doesn't work. By nature of being an entrepreneur, we have to be different, right? What makes us different? So understand yourself in that manner. Number three, be consistent and be consistently good. Now, my mate Jesse Peters, who I have to blame for being on video, is watching right now from Canada. I suppose you're in Canada, Jesse. And we all know that when we're putting out content, the first 6 months are crap. Maybe the first year, maybe you have to kind of scrap everything and start again. But the thing is this, you don't get good without practice. And this is something that I see time and time again. People will jump in and they'll give up because their content isn't that great. You gotta practice. Here we can now get into some more of the personal obstacles, which is a word I'm going to use in a second, which is you got to be transparent. Don't try and sell people. The art of sales is never to sell. Give away, give it away, give away your knowledge, give away all of your experience. Just keep giving it away and the universe will reward that. You gotta be transparent because bait and switch is something in the real estate industry for sure people are completely and utterly wary of. People just don't trust real estate agents. So you gotta be transparent because the moment they smell any fakeness, the moment they smell any bait and switch, you lost them. You've lost them as a client forever. And these could be clients that you worked with before and then you fake them out and then they're gone. Number 5, you got to work through obstacles. If you don't know how to do something, go on bloody YouTube. Everything is on YouTube you could possibly imagine. All of the stuff, all of the techniques, all of the stuff I do, I'm now in a deep dive into YouTube at the moment, getting right into the bowels of it to see how I can, manipulate hashtags and all sorts of, other tips and tricks. And I learn it all by going onto YouTube. And then I'm gonna just give you 2 more because there's a whole list of things that I wrote down here. Well, I'm gonna give you the best ones. So number 6 is don't compare yourself. Right? We all do this. Well, he's got more followers, she's got more followers, he's got more engagement, she's got more engagement, and it is an awfully dark place to be because what that does is it just bashes you over the head with a club labeled loser, certainly in my case. If I start comparing myself to all of these other people that have millions of followers, I'm going to give up. But I don't want to give up because I love this and I believe in it, so I continue to go. And then lastly, I'm going to finish with this and then I'm going to get into some of the apps. Maybe I can do this a part 2 to this, is learn from other people, right? Don't just look, if you're in real estate, there's a lot of people in real estate that watch the mantras. If you're in real estate, right, don't just look at other realtors' Instagram feeds. Go on and start searching. The Instagram search engine is delicious. Go into it, start trolling around, looking at what other people do, and then save them within Instagram. I showed you how to do that a few weeks ago. Save them in Instagram so you can constantly go back and refer to people that you like. The example that I'm going to give you is this. When I was in the music business, I didn't copy other people's records, but I listened to them. And there were certain tracks that I really liked the top line, or I really liked the bass line, or I really liked the drum patterns. And I would be inspired by it. And what that did was it kind of got me out of the gate. And then ultimately, it turned into my own creation. So be inspired by other people. In the real estate industry, there is, I feel, a shortage of inspirational social media, but there is not a shortage of inspirational social media out there. There's a ton of it. Bookmark it, look at it, study it. If you want to brand yourself, this is like learning to play classical piano. It doesn't happen overnight. You gotta work and work and work and work and dedicate hours of your week, if not hours of your day, to creating your digital identity. Okay, I'm going to stop on this now, and now I want to get into some apps, and I'm going to attempt to show it to these 3 screens live with no net. Okay, so I am obsessive about graphics. Graphics for me are the game changer between what separates, in my opinion, a great brand is that last 5%. It's the details, right? So you go and look at people's Instagram accounts that are really, there are some great, I'm not going to name names, but there are some great ones out there. But you look at the detail that they have in their branding, in their self-branding, then you're going to be inspired by it. So I want to show you, and trust me when I do this, guys, me showing you these apps is actually hundreds of hours of me doing research and boiling it down to the few that I like, right? I've tried them all. I've tried them all. And what I have discovered is, for me, there isn't one app that does everything. So I need to do a combo. in order to get the flavor that I like, and then I create the flavor, which is ultimately mine. And if you need to hire someone to help you with this, then go ahead and do it, because this is investing in your business. And if you need to hire a kid that does graphic design to help you, hire them. Branding is absolutely everything. So let me get into it right now. First of all, I want to show you some examples of branding that I just actually created over the weekend. And so I'm going to start with this one, which is, hopefully you can see this. Hopefully all the screens can see this. I've got 3 screens. So this is, you know, me sitting there, me standing at a, it's actually an art gallery in Los Angeles. I'm going to try and not have the glare on the screen. There you go. And I've colored it. I've grained it. I've put the cool font on it. And I think it looks really freaking badass, and I love it. And it speaks to who I am, right? It speaks to my personal brand. So next up, I'm gonna go here. This is for my Instagram stories, okay? Instagram stories is absolutely everything. I'm sorry, it's in reverse. You can't read the writing, but you get the vibe. So this is another photo that I had done, and what I would strongly suggest you all do, people, is hire some cool photographer, go onto Instagram in the local area, wherever you live in the United States or around the world, find some cool young photographer, hire them. I found this guy on Instagram, and I hired him to come and do my, my personal shots, and we did a few locations, right? And he did some great shots, and then I went in there and then began to kind of treat them, and I'm gonna show you what I mean in a second. Here's another one. I used this earlier today, right? This is a shot of me jumping up, but I wanted it to look grainy, I wanted it to look gritty, and I wanted it to kind of reflect my flavor. Down at the bottom here, you can see there is the font that I really kind of love that type of font. So that's another example, and more examples. And you can see there is a tone, there is a flavor to this that I really, really, really like. Okay, here's another one. Another still. I'm going to get into some video as well. Here's the podcast. So I've created some new artwork for the podcast, which I really like. And you can see that it says in backwards, it says swipe up. A lot of these are for Instagram stories, and I want to talk about in a second. Stop faking, in reverse. Okay, you get the idea. So before I get into the video, which is coming up, I want to talk about Instagram TV, right? Or as we like to call it, the forgotten child. Instagram TV, I spoke about this at PLG the other day. Even though people are not there now, they're gonna be there, right? People are not at Instagram TV at the moment. That's okay. Use Instagram TV as a place where you can drop your videos. Why? The audience says, why? Nobody's there. Because unless you've got 10,000 followers or more, you can't redirect the swipe up out to a website. I can redirect mine out because I'm at, I don't know, 21, 22 or something. But if you're below 10,000, you want to keep the eyes of people staring at you for as long as you possibly can. So when you have less than 10,000 followers and you're dropping videos onto Instagram TV, you can use the swipe up to redirect them to videos of you that are on Instagram TV. So you're keeping them in an insular environment, which is madly, madly important, right? I'm gonna run through that one more time. Why use Instagram TV? All the videos that you do that are a minute long or 2 minutes long or 3 minutes or 5 minutes, you need to be dumping them into Instagram TV, because if you have less than 10,000 followers, when you use the swipe up, you can redirect the people that are interested to you to your videos that are contained within Instagram TV. Look at it like you're sending them to YouTube, but you're sending them to Instagram's version of YouTube, which means they're just going to be digesting more and more and more of your content, which means you remain top of mind when they want to buy or sell something. Okay, so now I want to get into the apps, and I'm going to show you the apps in a second. Here's one with video, which I think is really great. Again, this is for the swipe up. Maybe 4, maybe 2, I don't really know how many, but a whole bunch, a gay load of press here in the middle of Manhattan, which is terribly exciting, I have to be honest with you. It's not. So I just grabbed a clip from my last vlog, which was in New York, and then I threw it in here, and boom, I can now use it as a swipe up, and then I'm going to redirect that swipe up to my New York vlog. So I'm keeping the eyes on me. So here is, hang on. Yeah, that's one. Here's another version. Greetings, everybody. Hang on one second. Greetings, everybody. Yes, it is a bright and brisk morning here in New York City. I am here to do, I still don't really know what this means, a press junk. So there you go. There's another one that I did that I'm going to use in my swipe up. Here's one more. A tricky business because we like to, we like to reach out to people all the time, and the general response from people is, okay, great, thanks very much, I'll bear it in mind, or, All right, you get the idea. You get the idea. And then lastly, I'm going to show you this one. This is for the real estate agents watching. Here is an app that I'm going to go over in a second where you can compile, these are all for Instagram stories, where you can compile pictures absolutely beautifully so that you can promote them to the video of your house that is housed in Instagram TV. Got it? All right, so now let me get into the apps. So everybody should grab a pen and a piece of paper and a pen, because normally with apps you have demonstrations of them, but this is live streaming, so I can't show you the demonstration of them, but I'm so excited by them, I want to tell you what they are. So this is the app that I use to change the grain and the color and the filters and the textures that I overlay on the top of my photographs. The name of that app is Filter Loop. Filter Loop, I believe it's by the company Ensign. It might not be, but it's called Filter Loop and it's all one word. I have tried bloody every single app you can imagine for this. I've spent hundreds of hours of my life trying to figure out which one is the best. Without a doubt, Filter Loop, for my purposes, is the best. And don't skimp. Subscribe to it, buy everything on it, get every single package there is on it, because you are an entrepreneur, this is your business. If you skimp on your business, you're gonna skimp on what you earn. It's as simple as that. So Filter Loop is what I use to put the grain on it, the texture on it, the various filters, the various colors, and all of that stuff. And then the secret weapon that I think is fan-bloody-tastic is an app that's been around for a long time. And I looked at it, and I went back to it and looked at it again, and it had a bunch of upgrades. I like to collaborate with people. I've got graphic artists that I do it myself, but I like to collaborate with people so they can help me post on a certain schedule. The name of the app is Over, O-V-E-R. Okay, just go on the App Store and buy it. And what I would very strongly suggest with all of the apps that I'm about to mention is get the pro version. Don't skimp. Don't skimp. Don't try and get it for like free. It's like $10. Basically, if you get all the apps I'm going to mention, it'll be about $50 a month, and it is absolutely worth every single penny. Why do I love Over? Because Over creates a library of all of the posts that I want to do. So I can go back in, change the words, I got a new post. I can go back in, change the photo, but all the filters and the textures remain the same. So I'm building a library that I can constantly refer to so that I can create posts that are in between my live posts. Make sense? And what I also love about it is that the way that the app works is if you have someone else that's collaborating, you can share stuff with them so they can tweak stuff for you. It's an amazing tool. It also comes with templates that come already kind of preloaded for Instagram stories, for Instagram, for Facebook, for all of the platforms. So you just jump in, start editing, and the entire library is saved on your phone. It's actually saved in the cloud, but you can access it from your phone, and people in your team can also access the same material and edit the same material. Genius. Okay, next up is an app that I've mentioned before many times, which is Canva, C-A-N-V-A. Canva is unbelievably powerful, and it does more or less the same as what I'm talking about. Otherwise, in Canva, I couldn't figure out how to collaborate with people. That was a little bit more tricky. But Canva is another phenomenal app for us on the fly. You can create your templates. You can store them within there. They live in the cloud. It works on the desktop. The resolution is great. Everything is super crisp. It's very, very easy to use. And so if you're trying to do personal branding, the worst thing to be doing is this. It's a Monday morning and you're like, oh my God, what do I need? I need to come up with a whole gang load of stuff. I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to do the other. And it takes an enormous amount of time to kind of think about what you're going to post. Here is my tip for this. Over the weekend, yes, I know the weekend is a time for us to take a break. or not, is you sit down and map out what your creative schedule will be for the week. If you need to create a whole bunch of stuff, do it over the weekend and store it in Canva. Now, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going back to a library of video clips that I have stored that I used maybe a year ago, and I'm going to start reslicing them and then dropping them into new collateral. So I'm going to have endless supplies of social media. But as I started the Monday Mantra with, if you don't get out the gate, you don't get anywhere. You just got to start doing it. You got to start building your library. You got to build it up. And then I'm going to give you another couple as well. There's a really great app called Hype Type, which will give you animated writing over the top of your posts, which is really interesting. So if you want to do the swipe up, or it works in all the format sizes, but Hype Type has some killer fonts, and it's animated and it's different. And then this app I'm going to show you for real estate agents, and then I'm going to end with this, is this one here, right? So it looks beautiful. It looks like a super well-made, beautiful brochure, right? And then you can also have a video clip in it. This was a post I did last week. Don't really know why I chose this for this morning. And then I scroll across, and then there is more. I can have more video. A to Z of media creation and a whole bunch of other stuff. So if you want something that is a little more a little less edgy and a little bit more classic and a little bit more kind of luxe feeling, this app is named Unfold. Unfold, okay? Unfold, U-N-F-O-L-D, will give you some of the most ridiculously gorgeous templates so that you can create Instagram stories. What I like about it is this. You can create one template, and then the next template it's almost like creating a digital magazine. I want to see someone do this. Nobody's created a weekly digital magazine in their Instagram stories where you start with a page, you can write some text, then you have another page. It looks similar, it looks like a magazine where you've got 4 photos, maybe an article, then you scroll again, you've got a piece of video, then you scroll again, you scroll again, you scroll again, you do 10 pages, and then you've got a back page. Thanks very much for watching, for reading my digital magazine. So check out Unfold as well. There was a lot of information in this mantra today. I know it's down in the weeds. God forgive me, I'm just trying to give it all away. But if you write down the tips that I gave you before, and you write down these apps, it's a game changer for self-branding. And you're talking to someone that obsessively tries to figure out how to self-brand. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is a long mantra today. Poof, wow, I am wiped out. I hope you got something out of this. It is my absolute pleasure to do these mantras for you. If anybody needs anything, if anybody wants anything, you can ping me, you can hit me up. This mantra will be on Instagram TV tomorrow, and it will be on YouTube, and I will have links to all of the apps that I've spoken about. So, ladies and gentlemen, until next Monday, this is Pete Lorimer signing out from another Monday Mantra right here, live in Los Angeles. Mwah! I will see you all again next week.